The family office does not exist because families are wealthy. It exists because families are complex. This distinction is foundational, and misunderstanding it leads families to pursue solutions that feel sophisticated but fail to address their real challenges. Wealth by itself can often be managed. Complexity, left unmanaged, eventually overwhelms even the most successful families. In the earliest stages of building an enterprise, complexity is relatively contained. Decisions are centralized. Authority is clear. Accountability is personal. A founder or a small leadership group holds context, memory, and decision-making power at the same time. This allows for speed, adaptability, and coherence. In that environment, formal structures are often unnecessary. As success compounds, however, complexity grows faster than wealth itself. Assets spread across businesses, investments, real estate, philanthropy, and sometimes multiple jurisdictions. Family roles multiply. Time horizons lengthen. Decisions no longer affect just the present, but future generations. What once felt manageable begins to feel fragile. At this point, families often experience a subtle shift. Decisions take longer. Advice becomes fragmented. Responsibilities overlap. Important matters are postponed, not because they are unimportant, but because no single person feels fully responsible for integrating them. The family office emerges as a response to this moment, not as a luxury, not as a symbol of status, but as a governing structure designed to restore clarity, coordination, and intentionality in the face of growing complexity. Its purpose is not to replace family leadership, but to support it, not to centralize power, but to organize responsibility. In short, the family office exists to ensure that complexity serves the family's goals, rather than quietly undermining them. Many families assume that wealth alone creates the need for a family office. In reality, wealth is only a proxy for complexity. It is not the cause. Two families with similar net worths can face radically different challenges depending on how their assets, responsibilities, and relationships are structured. A family with a single operating business and a small ownership group may manage substantial wealth with relatively little friction. Another family with multiple entities, partners, trusts, lenders, and beneficiaries may struggle despite having far fewer financial resources. The difference is not money, it is complexity. Complexity arises as roles begin to overlap. A business owner may also be a parent, a trustee, a guarantor, a shareholder, and a beneficiary. Each role carries different responsibilities, incentives, and time horizons. When these roles are not intentionally coordinated, decisions become fragmented and accountability becomes unclear. This is where risk quietly accumulates. Not market risk, but structural risk. Decisions are made in isolation. Advisors provide guidance within narrow domains. No one is responsible for integrating the whole. Important matters are deferred because they sit between disciplines, not squarely within any one of them. The family office exists to make complexity visible. It does not simplify life by removing complexity. It simplifies decision-making by organizing complexity into a coherent framework. By clarifying roles, aligning incentives, and coordinating advice, the family office reduces the hidden risks that emerge when wealth grows faster than governance. Understanding this distinction is critical. Families that respond to complexity early can design structures intentionally. Families that mistake wealth for complexity often wait too long, reacting only after friction, inefficiency, or conflict has already taken hold. Founder-led enterprises are often extraordinarily effective in their early years. Decisions are fast, authority is clear, context lives in the mind of the founder or a small leadership circle. Trust is personal, and accountability is informal but immediate. In this environment, intuition substitutes for process, and proximity substitutes for structure. For a time, this works remarkably well. The challenge arises when the enterprise outgrows the conditions that made founder control effective. As ownership diversifies, operations expand, and time horizons extend, reliance on personality becomes fragile. Decisions that once flowed naturally now require explanation. Authority becomes distributed. Memory becomes incomplete. What once felt efficient begins to feel inconsistent. This transition is not a failure of leadership. It is a predictable consequence of success. Without intentional governance, families often attempt to preserve founder control long past its effective lifespan. They rely on informal understandings, unwritten rules, and assumptions that everyone knows how things are done. Over time, these assumptions break down. New participants lack context. Advisors receive conflicting signals. Decisions slow, not because they are harder, but because no one is certain who should make them. Systemic governance emerges as the necessary evolution. Governance does not eliminate leadership. It supports it. It replaces intuition with clarity, personality with process, and memory with structure. Properly designed governance preserves the founder's values while allowing decision-making to scale beyond the founder's direct involvement. The family office plays a critical role in this transition. It provides the mechanisms through which authority, responsibility, and information are coordinated across the family enterprise. In doing so, it enables families to move from reliance on individual judgment to reliance on shared frameworks, without losing agility, purpose, or identity. LA. Families with growing enterprises often assume that their challenges can be solved by adding more advisors. A new attorney addresses legal needs. A new accountant improves reporting. A new investment manager optimizes returns. Each advisor may be competent, ethical, and well-intentioned, yet families are frequently surprised to find that their problems persist or even intensify. The reason is simple. Advisors are not designed to integrate one another. Each advisor operates within a defined professional boundary. Legal counsel focuses on compliance and structure. Tax advisors focus on efficiency and reporting. Investment professionals focus on performance and risk. These perspectives are valuable, but they are also partial. No single advisor is responsible for coordinating how decisions in one domain affect outcomes in another. This is the gap the family office fills. The family office functions as an integrating system. It does not replace advisors, nor does it compete with them. Instead, it connects their work into a coherent whole. It ensures that legal structures support tax strategy, that investment decisions align with liquidity needs, and that business actions reflect long-term family objectives. Integration also creates continuity. Advisors may change over time. Family members may enter or exit roles. Markets and regulations evolve. The family office preserves institutional knowledge and maintains alignment across transitions, ensuring that decisions remain consistent with the family's values and priorities. In this sense, the family office is less about control and more about coordination. It provides a shared framework within which expertise can operate effectively. When integration is present, Advisors perform better, decisions become clearer, and families gain confidence, not because they know every answer, but because they know how answers will be reconciled. As family enterprises mature, an unavoidable reality comes into focus. Wealth almost always outlives the individuals who create it. Businesses endure beyond founders. Trusts persist across generations. Assets, obligations, and relationships extend far beyond the tenure of any single leader. This reality fundamentally changes the nature of leadership. Founders are creators. Families, over time, must become stewards. Stewardship is not about maintaining authority, it is about preserving coherence. It requires thinking beyond immediate outcomes toward structures that remain fair, functional, and aligned long after current decision makers are no longer present. Without an intentional stewardship mindset, families often fall into reactive management. Decisions are made to solve today's problems without sufficient regard for tomorrow's consequences. Structures evolve through patchwork rather than design. Over time, this approach erodes trust, clarity, and continuity, even when financial performance appears strong. The family office exists to counter this drift. By design, the family office converts personal judgment into institutional judgment. It captures intent, values, priorities, and long-term objectives and embeds them into systems that endure beyond individuals. Governance frameworks, reporting disciplines, decision protocols, and advisory coordination all serve the same purpose, preserving intent while allowing flexibility. Stewardship is not passive. It is an active, ongoing discipline. It requires periodic reassessment, thoughtful adaptation, and the humility to accept that no structure is permanent. The goal is not rigidity, but resilience, systems capable of absorbing change without losing alignment. In this way, the family office becomes more than a management tool. It becomes a generational bridge, allowing families to honor the past, govern the present, and responsibly prepare for the future. Whether they recognize it or not, every family with meaningful assets already operates a family office. The difference is not whether the function exists, but whether it is intentional or accidental. Bills are paid, taxes are filed, investments are managed, legal documents are signed, decisions are made about risk, spending, succession, and responsibility. These activities occur in every family enterprise, regardless of size or sophistication. Together, they constitute a family office function. In many families, this function operates informally. Responsibilities are divided based on convenience rather than design. A trusted family member handles finances. An outside advisor fills gaps as needed. Important information lives in emails, file folders, or personal memory. For a time, this arrangement feels efficient and flexible. The risk is not negligence. The risk is invisibility. When the family office function is informal, accountability is unclear. Decisions are reactive. Knowledge is fragmented. Continuity depends on individuals rather than systems. This works until it doesn't, often revealed during moments of transition such as illness, succession, business sale, or unexpected conflict. Formalizing the family office does not mean creating bureaucracy. It means acknowledging reality and designing around it. By making responsibilities explicit, establishing coordination mechanisms, and clarifying decision authority, families reduce uncertainty without sacrificing agility. The purpose of the family office is not to create complexity, but to govern it. It replaces default behavior with deliberate structure. In doing so, it transforms activities that already exist into a coherent system capable of supporting the family across time, change, and growth. This course is not designed to turn you into a technical specialist. It will not train you to draft legal documents, prepare tax returns, or manage investment portfolios. Those disciplines require years of focused professional training, and they rightly belong to subject matter experts. That is not the purpose of this program. The purpose of this course is to develop judgment. You will learn how to think systemically about family enterprises. You will learn how different domains, legal, tax, investment, governance, risk, and family dynamics, interact with one another. More importantly, you will learn how to recognize when decisions in one area create consequences in another. This course emphasizes frameworks over tactics. Tools change, regulations evolve, technologies advance, frameworks endure. By understanding the underlying structures that govern family offices, you gain the ability to evaluate advice, ask better questions, and make informed decisions even as circumstances change. You will also learn what not to do. You will learn the limits of delegation, the risks of fragmentation, and the dangers of addressing complex problems in isolation. This is as important as learning best practices. Above all, this course treats the family office as a stewardship responsibility, not a financial strategy. It approaches wealth as something to be governed wisely rather than optimized endlessly. The goal is not perfection, but coherence. Not control, but continuity. If you are looking for formulas, shortcuts, or guarantees, this course will disappoint you. If you are prepared to think carefully, act responsibly, and steward complexity with intention, it will serve you well.